We use the formula here. A is equal to P. If you remember, I have given you the formula earlier only. 1 plus R1 by 100. This is for the first year. And for the second year, you have 1 plus R2 by 100. Now you put the values here. Amount here is 2782.5. P we have to find out. R1 here is 5 and R2 here is 6. Okay. Let's now attempt to find out this. Let's cancel this first. 5 will cancel with 120 times, and this will cancel 3 times. This will cancel 50 times. So you're getting 2782.5 is equal to P 1 plus 1 by 20, and here you're getting 1 plus 3 by 50. Now you take the LCM. 2782.5 is equal to 20 plus 1, and here the LCM is 50 plus 3. 2782.5 is equal to P 21 by 20, and this is 53 by 50. Okay, that means this can be
Sir,
written as
in case the time is 4 years, what we will do, sir?
again, repeat again.
Sir, in case the time is 4 year, what we will do? This one
I'll
is
tell
2
you.
year, no, sir.
Okay, I'll tell you at the end of this problem. I'll tell you. Cross multiply. Now 20 into 50 is very conveniently, you can say, is 1000, isn't it? You can write this way. Let's write P on the left hand side. And this 20 into 53 is how much? 20 into 50 is 1000.
One.
Now you can multiply this number very easily with 1000. 2782. One decimal shifts, you get a 5. Another decimal shifts, you get a 0. And then you get a 0. Right? And P here will be 278250 divided by 21 into 53. Okay, so you can cancel with 7 first. 7 3, and here you can cancel with 7. 7 3 and 7 9. And then you have 7 7, 7 5, and then 2 zeros. Okay, 3975 again I think will cancel with 3. 3 1, 3 3, 3 2, 3 5, and then you have 2 zeros. Now 53, will it cancel with 1325? You can try, you can give it a try in your rough. Okay, 1325, you can divide with 53. Will it cancel? 53 into 2 is how much?
106.
106. And so you're left with
Yes, sir.
6 here. Now 53 into 5, will it give you 265? Yes, it is cancelling. So that means you can cancel this with 25, and then you have 2 zeros. Okay. Is the cancellation okay with you?
Yes, sir.
So this is rupees 2500 you're getting as your principal. Okay, now we come to that question. That was the question. You need to find out the principal. So this question is answered. Yes. Now tell me your question. Who was asking?
Sir, if the time becomes 4 year, what?
Okay. Now what happens? Let's say if the suppose for rate is R1, what was the rate here? R1 for 5%, right? For the first year, and R2 was 6%. Let me write 6 only without the percentage sign. 6, right? And suppose N is 4 years. Now you will have to tell me 4 years. So R1 is for how many years?
Sir,
2
1
you will
year.
take 2 years and 2 years.
2 years, sir.
Or which way you want to? You want to take this as 1 year, or you want to take this as 3 years? Which one? Tell me. Or you want to take this as 3 years, or this as 1 year? Tell
Sir,
me which way.
2 year only.
2 years. Okay.
Sir, 2.
If it is 2 years, then we use this formula. A is equal to P 1 plus R1 by 100. But because we are investing for 5% for 2 years, we give a square here. And because at R2% we are investing for how many years? We are again investing for 2 years. Okay, this is when R1
Time is
for 2 years and R2 for 2 years. Now let's say this R1 if I have for 1 year and R2 for 6 years, then what will happen? Then we'll have
sir.
1 plus R1 by 100, because at R1 we are investing only for 1 year, so the power will be 1. 1 plus R2 by 100, because at R2% we are investing for 3 years. This will be 3. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
And similarly, you can work out for 3 years and 1 year. That's it. Let's move on to the next question. Now, the next problem that has been worked out, number 27. Ideally, if you can't understand that problem, this problem has basically been worked out with simple interest formula. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask me personally. Otherwise, this is not too important problem. Okay, you can go through it for your understanding. But
Excuse
then,
me, sir.
tell me.
Sir, I have questions regarding trigonometry.
Okay, at the end, at the last 5 minutes, just I'll ask you to repeat your question. Okay. So let me
Okay,
finish one
sir.
problem here. Number 29. In that, meanwhile, you can send your problem in the group also. Okay, so that I can see the problem. If you have any screenshot of the problem, you can send it in the group.
Sir, the group is not open.
Group is not open. Okay, okay, I'll just open the group. Okay, you can send now. Let's see the next problem, number 29. Let me see which problem is 29 here. Okay, this is a little inverted here. Yeah, I hope you can read. 29. The question states here, the difference between the compound interest for a year payable half yearly and the simple interest on a certain sum of money lent out at 10% for a year is rupees 15. Find the sum of money lent out. That means you have to find out the principal. I start by saying let the principal be P. Sum of money lent out. BP. Now what is given here? The difference between the compound interest and the simple interest is given. Okay. So what I do is I calculate the compound interest and the simple interest separately. Let's first calculate the compound interest on this. Calculation of compound interest. Okay. Let's calculate the compound interest. In this case, here, what is given here? If you see, difference between the compound interest for a year payable half yearly if for a year payable half yearly, that means n must be equal to 1 because we are calculating for a year. But because interest is payable half yearly, we'll multiply the time by 2. So we get n is equal to 2. Principal is P, we have already taken, right? On lent out at 10% for a year. What is the rate here? Rate of interest is 10%. But because the interest is being given half yearly, we
5%.
divide the rate by 2. 5. Let's simply write as 5 instead of the percentage sign. Okay. So this we know, right? Anything else that we know? We don't know. So therefore, let's calculate the amount. Therefore, A is equal to P 1 plus R by 100 to the power of N. Okay. Put the value here. How much is the amount? P to 1 plus 5 by 100 square. This is the amount. If this is the amount, then what should be the compound interest? Compound interest, you know, is A minus P. A, how much have we found out above? The value of A here is 1 plus 5 by 100 whole square minus P, right? So you can cancel this here. Okay, and you can take the LCM here also. So get P 1 plus 1 by 20 whole square minus P. Now you take the LCM. Okay. So this will be now 21 square is how much? This is 441. 20 square is 400. So you get 441P divided by 400 minus P. Now again you take the LCM. You get here 41P by 400. This is the compound interest. Okay. You've calculated the compound interest for 1 year, compounded half yearly at the rate of 10%, right? Now we calculate the simple interest. Now in simple interest, there is no question of half yearly and yearly. Simple interest we take yearly only, right? So what is simple interest here? PRT by 100. What is the P we have taken principal as P. The rate is 10% as above. And how much is the time? Time is for 1 year only, isn't it? So this you get divided by 100. And cancel this, you get 10P by 100. Or is it P by 10? Get P by 10. So this is your simple interest. Now, if you see the question, what is given here? The difference between the compound interest for a year payable half yearly, which we have already calculated. What is the compound interest we have calculated? 41P by 100. And the simple interest on the certain sum of money, and that on the same sum principal, for lent out at 10% for a year is rupees 15. That means difference between this and this will be 15. But the question is which one should be higher? Can anyone say which one should be higher? CI or SI?
So CI.
CI. Compound interest is always higher than simple interest. So we take, according to this problem, we take, if the difference is given, difference means SI minus CI or CI minus SI. But because we know that CI is greater than SI, that is why we'll take CI minus SI. And how much is the difference given here? 15 rupees. Now put the values here. CI we have found out above to be 41P by 400. And SI we have found this out to be P by 10. Now this is a simple equation, linear equation, which you can solve. Take the LCM. Minus 400 by 10 is 40, so this will become 40. This become P by 400 is equal to 15. That means P is 15 into 400. That means how much is the amount of money that was lent out? 15 into 4 is 60 with 2 zeros, just 6,000. Clear with this problem or any question?
Sir, clear.
Okay. Now, who had a question? Srija had a question with trigonometry. Just tell me because the next problem is going to be a little big one. So let me finish this first. Who had a question? Srija or Shiny? Who had a question with trigonometry? Yes. Who had a question with trigonometry? I can't hear maybe. Come back to. Okay. Let's continue with the next problem. And this is going to be the last problem. And this is going to be long also. Yeah, so I'm not sure whether I'll be able to finish this problem today. 31, the last problem. Now, unless you are very unlucky, you're not going to get such problem. These questions are meant only for practice. Okay, those who want to get above 90% or something, mostly these questions are given for them. So unless you are very unlucky, such questions should not come. 31. The question is simple interest on a certain sum for 3 years is 225. Okay, so here given is simple interest. How much is it given? 225. For how many years? 3 years. So time is equal to 3. Okay, and the compound interest on a certain compound interest on the same sum. Okay, on the same sum, the compound interest is how much? The compound interest on the same sum at the same rate. Okay, so rate and sum are same. For 2 years is 153. Okay, compound interest is given to be 153 and the time is given to be 2. Okay, so whatever is the principle, you apply the same principle here. P and R are same here and P and R are same here. Okay, yeah, but you're getting two different simple interest and compound interest. Okay, so I start by saying let the principal be P because the question here is find the rate of interest and the principal. So I start by saying let the principal be P and the rate be R. Okay, so let's first calculate simple interest.
Sir, time is also different, Nasra.
Yes, time is different, but P and R are same for both.
Okay, sir.
Calculation of SI. On the formula, we have SI is equal to PRT by 100. Put the value. How much do you know SI? 225. Principal we don't know. Rate also we don't know. So, but we have assumed the rate to be small r. So instead of capital R, we write small r. And time is how much? 3 divided by 100. This is what we get. So therefore, from this, if you cross multiply, you'll get 225 into 100 is equal to P into R into 3. Means P into R into 3 is equal to 225, 0. That means R in terms of P, you can write this as, if you divide both sides by 3P, you'll get R is equal to 22,500 by 3P. Okay. Let us call this relation 1. Why are we calling this 1? Because we'll use this later. Okay. Next, I will calculate the compound interest. Now, this is going to be long. Calculation of CI. Now, in order to calculate CI, what do we calculate first? We calculate the amount first. So let's calculate the amount. Write the formula. A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power of N. Put the values, whatever values you know. What values you know? You know compound interest, but you cannot put right now. You only know that time, N is equal to 2. So put it here. That means you get A is equal to P 1 plus R by 100 square, right? This is what you get because you only know the value of N. So if you know the value of A, therefore what should be your compound interest? Compound interest you know is amount minus principal. Put the value for amount you have got above as 1 plus R by 100 square minus P, right? So now what you do is from these two you can take this P out. So P if I take out, what am I left with? I'm left with 1 plus R by 100 square minus 1. You agree with this step? All of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now what you do is you see this 1 plus R by 100. This is A plus B whole square form from expansions. Use your expansion formula. What is the expansion formula? A square plus twice A B plus B square. And this minus 1 you write as it is. Right? Next step. Simplify this. 1 plus 2R by 100 plus R by 1 followed by 4 zeros because you have a square there. Minus 1. Now see this plus 1 and this minus 1 gets cancels. So what are you left with here? You're only left with 2R by 100 plus R by this. Now see here what I can write here. I write this as 2R by 100 and R by 10,000. I can write this as R by 100 into R by 100. I can write or 1 by 100, let's say.
Yes, sir.
This is R
Sir,
square here.
wouldn't it be R square by 10,000?
That's what I just wrote it. So this is R by 100. Now 2R by 100, this one, this side that I have written, you can write this as 2 into R by 100. Let us write it this way. Twice of R by 100. Right? I can write it this way. Now what you do is, you take this R by 100 out from these two. If you take this out, what are you left with? You are left with 2 plus R by 100 only. Right? You agree with this step? All of
Yes,
you
sir.
agree? Okay. So now that means this can now be written as PR by 100 into R by 100 plus 2. Right? This is the compound interest that we are getting. Okay. Now how much is the, therefore what are we getting? CI is equal to PR by 100 into R by 100 plus 2. Right? But how much is the CI given here? How much is the compound interest given? 153. So put the value here. 153 is equal to PR by 100 into R by 100 plus 2. Okay. Now what should you do? Now see from 1, do you have a relation between R and P here? Right? You have a relation between R and P. So you put the value of R from 1 in this equation. $153 is equal to P by 100. And what is R here? You put the value of R from 1 as 22,500 divided by 3P, isn't it? This was R from 1. And here you have R by 100 plus 2. Why did I not put the value of R here? Because we see that P and P will cancel here. So we'll get a simple equation in R, isn't it? That is why I only put the value of R here. I don't put the value of R. You can put the value of R here also, no problem. But if you put the value of R, then you'll get the value of P first. But if I don't put the value of R, then I will get R first. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you can put it here, no problem. Okay, if you put it, you will
Excuse
get P
me, sir.
first. Tell me.
So can you please repeat what you have said just now?
See, I am putting the value of R here, right? What is the value of R? 22,500 by 3P. This I am putting from where? This I am putting from 1,
So
right?
from 1, equation 1.
Right? But I am not putting the value of R here. I'm keeping this R here. Why am I keeping this R? Because I see that this P and this P is going to cancel. Understood? If you want, you can put the
Yes,
value of
thank
R
you.
here as 22,500 by P. In that case, you will get an equation in P. And then you will solve the equation in P. You'll get P first. But if I don't put the value of R, I will get the value of R first. That is the difference. You understood? So I hope this is
Yes,
clear.
sir.
So let's now solve for R. Now this 2 zeros will also cancel. Okay, and I think this will also cancel here. 3735 could have cancelled earlier also. So you get 75 into R by 100 plus 2. Okay. So now you can take the LCM. 153 is equal to 75. Take the LCM 100, R plus 200. Okay. Next you get 153 is equal to 75. You can cancel here. 75 on 100 you can cancel with 25. Cancel this so that your calculation will get a little simpler in the next step. So you get here 153 is equal to thrice R plus 200 by 4. Cross multiply. 153 into 4 is equal to 3R plus 600. 153 into 4 is 612 is equal to 3R plus 600. Right? So that means you get 3R is equal to, let's take it on the other side. 612 minus 600 is equal to 3R. That means 3R is equal to 12. That means R is equal to 12 by 3, which is equal to 4. So rate is 4%. And how do you find out the principal? Put the value of R in 1. What was equation number 1 here? This one, right? Put the value of R here from 1. R is equal to 22,500 . What is it here? 22,500 by 3P. By 3P. Put the value here. R here we have found as 4. 22,500 divided by 3P. Multiply. You get 4 into cross multiply. You get 12P is equal to 22,500. That means P
So
you get,
1875.
yes. So now you can cancel here. You can cancel with 3. And then you can cancel with 2. 3750, and then you get rupees 1,875. So you wanted to find out the principal and the rate. Rate we have found as 4%. Principal is 1,870. Okay. Okay, fine. So, okay, the problem from trigonometry. Let's see. Okay, this question was asked by Shija. Shija, you there?
Yes, sir.
This is which one are you saying? The circled one?
No, sir. Number 4 and number 5 is that question number 3, 4 and 5. Circle one also.
Okay, 4 and part 4 and 4 and 5. Okay, this is going to be a long problem. Okay, I thought it should be will be short. So what I'll do is I'll solve it in the next class. Okay, it's going to be a long problem. Okay, so I'll stop here.